Hello students, welcome to my channel. I know a lot of you are working so hard for your public exams, and tonight I have found some very good materials. Yes, tonight, despite my background. It's very late at night, almost 12 a.m. I found some very helpful materials that I used to explain some important writing tips, some common writing problems. Tip number one, when I say to explain more, what I mean is to explain only the important concepts. You don't want to write redundantly. Look at this example of my students. This is in a body paragraph of a debate speech on whether dating does more harm than good to students. A topic sentence, dating is a waste of time. Once teenagers fall in love, they will keep thinking of their lovers, which means they cannot focus on learning. Also, when they are dating, they need to chat with their girlfriends or boyfriends online. Therefore, they will not be able to squeeze any time for learning, getting bad results in their examinations. Going out for dating is also a time-consuming activity, especially when they stay outside until midnight. They will feel tired the next day and will not concentrate on their work. So my tip is to be concise. And then you talk about the consequence here. It shows that teen dating is really harmful to their academic results. But then, so what? Obviously, those who go dating and spending a lot of time dating are those who do not consider carefully the consequences on their academic performance. What you need to do more is to explain this part, extend this part on consequences, okay? And you can actually, if you notice, read carefully, you can notice that you only have a few main points, 3 main points here. Your main points are to keep thinking, they keep thinking of their lovers and they chat with their girlfriends for a long time, and they may stay outside until very late at night. You can actually make this part more concise and skip these redundant lines like they cannot focus on learning, okay? They will not be able to squeeze time for learning, okay? And they would feel tired and will not concentrate on their work. So that's too much. You can just reduce this part, shrink this part, and extend the green part. This is an improved version. As you can see, teenage lovers constantly first daydream about their lovers to the point of obsession. Obsession means spending a lot of time thinking about someone or something, 痴迷嘅意思啦。And second, they spend a lot of time together. Very short sentence, but that suffices, okay? And some of them even chat for hours on phone every day and stay outside until midnight. So short, simple sentences can convey your ideas very well. And then you focus more on the green part. In this way, they are distracted from their studies, sacrificing their academic performance. As our learning contributes significantly to our future career prospects, 我哋嘅前途啊 ，OK， 事業嘅前途、前景嘅意思啦。Always remember to put S here, prospects. It is more important for us to focus on personal development in teenagehood before we become independent, capable, wholesome adults who can share more things with our loved ones in the future. So you actually don't disagree with the idea that we need to love. We need to learn to love, learn to share. But then you add the condition here, okay, that we actually need to become independent first, become capable, become wholesome, 全面啦、健康啦嘅意思啦。Okay, we become like this by focusing on our personal development, focusing on learning. Otherwise, our giving can become a form of getting. If we don't feel capable, if we don't feel independent and wholesome enough, when we are in a relationship, we actually may just end up just craving, craving love, craving attention, longing for love, longing for someone's care. That's not real love. That's not real giving. Okay, real giving, real love comes when we actually can give without expectations of getting back, without expectations of reciprocation. I talk about that in my video, What is Love? You may want to watch that video. Okay, so you don't disagree with this idea of loving and giving, but then you add this point that we have a priority. 係咪？我哋有個 focus 㗎嘛，有個先決有個 priority 啊，優先次序係咪？ We have a priority on our personal development during teenagehood. We want to do the right thing, or focus on one thing, or have a focus in different stages in life. Okay, so you extend the green part. And this version gives a deeper understanding. If you just, go back to the previous slide. The long blue part doesn't upgrade or improve the reader's understanding. Okay, the level is just the same. The level of these ideas are the same. They remain on the same level without bringing the reader to a higher level or a deeper level understanding. So you talk about personal development that can help us become independent, capable, healthy, wholesome. Okay, then we can love better. And okay, here's another example how to explain. This is a bad example of not explaining the important concepts, but writing a bit redundantly. You can see the red words. Secondly, having a cramped schedule, a very busy schedule, is an unhealthy lifestyle, and it's the source of mental problems. As I've mentioned, parents cram the schedule of their kids. 塞滿咗個 schedule 係咪？ This means that their kids have long tutorial classes after school. When you write this means that, this sentence is exactly the same as the blue one. Nothing more, nothing broader, nothing deeper. When you explain things, you want to make things, make the understanding broader, broaden the understanding, or deepen the understanding of the reader, right? But this sentence, the red sentence doesn't do this job. It's just redundant. When you say cram their schedule, it already means putting a lot of activities, putting a lot of classes. So what you can do is to write cram their kids' schedule with long tutorial classes or long after school classes. That suffices, okay? That will be good enough. And then this whole part, the brown part, is a bit repetitive. The homework and quizzes from school are already heavy enough for students to handle because they need to spend numerous hours to complete their tasks. Where still, students, what you mean is, Students still need to attend many extra tutorial classes and do extra assignments. You can actually make this part more concise. Can you imagine how exhausted they would be? If kids lack, this is good, this green part is good. The further consequence, okay, the consequence. If kids lack enough sleep, they will not have energy for the next school day. Moreover, if kids lack relaxation, they cannot relieve their stress properly. Actually, this is a little bit redundant. When you say they lack relaxation, that means they cannot relieve their stress. They are the same, okay? And they may even suffer from depression. I think what you can do is you can just delete this part. Is that clear? You can just delete it because this is repetition. If they lack relaxation already means this, okay? It's not the main clause. It's not your major meaning. Your major meaning is they may even suffer from depression. Okay? Then my suggestion is here. Secondly, having a cramped schedule is an unhealthy lifestyle and is the source of mental problems. In addition to the constant homework and quizzes they receive from school, spending extra hours on structured learning will only further burden students. And the consequence is this, depriving their time for proper relaxation. I think there is a grammar mistake again. You can say reducing their time, right? Reducing or depriving them of time, okay? We say deprive somebody of something. The usage is fixed. Depriving them of time. 剝削啦嘅意思啦，係嘛？ Depriving them of something, of time for proper relaxation. A lack of relaxation can lead to physical and mental health problems, such as sleep deprivation. Okay, 不足剝削，不足嘅意思啦 lack. It means lack and insufficiency. Anxiety means great worry and even depression. Okay, step by step. I like this part, such as, okay, health problems such as. And then you give a short conclusion. In short, now this part is good. Why? Because it extends the reader's understanding. Having a packed schedule of classes can ironically reduce learning motivations and learning efficiency. 好諷刺嚟咁嘅意思係嘛？ Worse still, it compromises the most important thing in life, that is health. I better finish this session quickly because it's compromising my health. It's very late at night. Okay. So you try to help the reader understand the situation, okay? Having a lot of classes not only decline our learning efficiency, but it also compromises our health, which is the most important thing, okay? It's a lose-lose situation. So this, okay, the improved version shows a more concise explanation in this middle part, okay? In addition to the constant homework and quizzes, comma, spending extra hours on structured learning, that means arranged classes, structured, arranged classes, not self-learning, will only further burden them. And then just add one sentence, depriving them of time for proper relaxation, then leading to deprivation, sleep deprivation, anxiety, depression. Compared to this original one, okay? They need to spend many hours doing this, doing that, and then they need to do that, okay? And then they don't have the sleep, and then they cannot relieve the stress and suffer from depression. Okay, from the beginning to the end, you just talk about one point. Okay, have a lot of work and then they get depression. Do you see the structure? Only one level, I can say, only one level of understanding. But when you change it to something like this. You know, you give the reader a fuller picture, okay? It reduces motivation, reduces efficiency, and it actually compromises the health. Not just depression and maybe anxiety first, maybe sleep deprivation first. All right, this one is better. And my second writing tip is to put the main clause or to put the major meaning of your sentence at the end of the sentence. You can see this sentence consists of two parts. The first part is this when clause. This is called a subordinate clause. A subordinate clause is a clause that cannot exist alone. That means when you say when and then subject, verb, blah, blah, no full stop. Grammatically, this cannot exist, and in terms of the meaning, it's not complete, okay? And the main clause is usually your major meaning. The main clause can exist alone, grammatically speaking. It can exist alone with a full stop. And usually this is your major meaning. When you imagine the consequences of giving up exercising, you will stop procrastination and instead take the first step to start your exercise routine. This is some of your writing. Okay, you put this main clause, or this is your major meaning. Your emphasis, I would say, 你強調嘅嗰個意思 ，OK， 放喺後面咧。Why do we put the major meaning at the end? It's because our mind tends to remember things that are said at the end. Okay, because of the closer timeline, we have a fresher memory. We remember the latter part. Now, this is quite an important writing tip if you want to make your paragraphs more coherent and give it a fluent flow. Another example from you. Also, through playing sports, you can overcome your limits and understand your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, this is your major part, put it at the end. That's right. All right, the third writing tip is not to put all vocabulary you have learned in one single sentence. Okay, you don't need to show off. Oh, I have learned a lot of words of similar meaning and then let me put them all in one sentence. Like, that's very clumsy. All right, don't do that. You just want to select one or two right words. I don't have any particular examples tonight, but I can see after learning a lot of words from me, they put everything in one or one paragraph, but then it's redundant. Next is the fourth writing tip, to employ active voice and passive voice in different writing genres. Obviously, you have learned the passive voice as something that seems to be more advanced, right? You use passive voice more often in formal writing. For example, a notice, a school letter to parents, or a school letter to students, whatever, okay, depends. But here is a wrong example from my students. He uses passive voice in a lot, actually, in a speech, in a public speech, in the morning assembly. The aim of the speech is to persuade or to encourage students to be fully engaged in the school life, to participate in school activities. So it's a promotional speech. The A, okay, sentence A is his original sentence, something like this. Unforgettable memories in your school life can be created if you are fully engaged in school life. It sounds a bit weird. Instead, it would be much better to write something like this. When you are fully engaged in school, you are capable of creating unforgettable memories in your school life. You see, when you emphasize the doer, okay, by using active voice, the sentence immediately becomes more lively. Can you feel the different momentum? The first one is, it's not energetic. It can be created. The unforgettable, beautiful memories can be created. But the second one has the strong emphasis on you as a doer. You create your memories. You create your school life. Okay? And this is a speech, right? A speech to your schoolmates, people of your level, okay? Your peers, okay? You want to just engage them. Please come, right? Please do something like this. Let's do something together, okay? And you can get a lot of benefits. If you come, you will get this benefits, etc. Emphasize the doer, what you can do, what you can get, what you can create, how you can benefit, instead of using passive voices, like saying something like, this benefit can be received when you come. A lot of joy can be received by you if you come to this activity. Okay. A lot of happy moments can be created in our class when you join us. Okay, these passive voice sentences don't sound appropriate in a public speech. All right, so you don't have to use passive voice for the sake of using it. You will not gain more marks by using passive voice here to show that, oh, you are able to use passive voice. No, it's not really appropriate, okay? Use the appropriate grammar or items only, okay? When yeah, depending on the context. The next writing tip is to pay attention to the subject-verb agreement. Look at this example. If you do exercise constantly for weeks or a month, it is proved to lose weight and become a fit body. Oh my God, the subject and verbs are misaligned. Okay, the first clause, the if clause is correct, but then here, it is proved. What is the it here? This dummy subject. Suddenly you put a dummy subject and then become a fit body. Who? You become a fit body? What? Okay, it's not, obviously the sentence is totally wrong. You become a fit body. You will have a fit body, right? You will have a fit body. Change it to this. Keep the same you, okay? Keep the same subject. That will be easier. If you do exercise constantly for weeks or a month, for weeks, okay, put the S. You can lose weight and become fit, right? You can lose weight and you can become fit. Not you can become a fit body. You are not a body. You are not just a body. You are a spirit, but you will have a body. So it's you know, it's a simple logic. You have your hands, and it's very spiritual as well. You have hands, and this pair of hands are mine, but am I my hands? Are you your hands? Are you your legs? Are you just your lungs? Are you just your brain? More than that, right? You are not just your body. You are something more. Okay, you can become fit, but you don't say you can become a fit body. Okay, and then you can have a fitter body. Keep the you, okay? Then it's easier, more coherent. After acquiring a championship in a sports competition, you will feel a sense of achievement, 有個成功感啦，係咪啊？and help to build your confidence in solving problems. You don't say you will help to build your confidence, right? Not you will help. Instead, it's actually acquiring a championship will help to build your confidence. But then the sentence is not beautiful. You will feel a sense of achievement, and then you change the subject to acquiring a championship. Changed it to something like this, easier and more fluent. After acquiring championship, you will feel a sense of achievement and more confident. You will feel more confident. Keep the same you. Do you get it now? I'm sure lots of you make this kind of mistakes a lot. Okay, I hope you find this helpful. This slide is not really related to my topic today. It's just a sentence, okay? Not only, but also. Maybe I can talk about it quickly. Not only does she need something, but she also needs something else. The inversion is used here. 倒裝句, okay? A lot of you use this sentence pattern wrong because you are not sure how to use the inversion. When you have a verb in simple present tense and then you put the does or do, right? Does here. Does she need? No S after does. Not only does she need something, but she also needs something else. She needs something and she needs something else, okay? The emphasis is in the second part. What you need to emphasize is actually the second part, okay? You put what she needs the most, or what she needs that you want to emphasize in the second part, okay? Not only is he being rude, but he's also extremely aggressive and hostile. He is and he is. Usually the verbs, the auxiliary verbs match, but it's not a fixed rule. You can be flexible, but to make it easy, I use the same auxiliary verbs. It's he and he is, right? The she and she needs. Not only will we do something, but we will also do something else. Not only has she practiced something, but she has also finished something else, okay? Or you see, you usually, although not always, you usually keep the same tense. She has done something and she has also done something else. Has she done, right? Put the auxiliary verb, 辅助动词啦, okay? Auxiliary verb in front. Not only can it help something, but it can also do something else. Can, right? Can it? It can. Not only should I do something, but I should, right? And if you are interested in sentence patterns or basic sentence structures, like if you are struggling with level 3, attaining level 3, or you are even actually at level 2, I recommend my course. Currently I have a sentence pattern course for students who are struggling with a pass grade. Okay, so the link is below, and if you have any more questions, you may leave your questions below or go to my website. You may open a free account. You can find the community. You can raise questions there and I will check and answer your questions about English learning. And I also do personal development, and if you have questions about your career, about your growth, just please feel free to talk with me. I hope this session is helpful, and thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you in the future.